Alhamdulillah, al-wahid al-qahhar, al-ahad al-samad alladhi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Thumma salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Viewers at home, we welcome you all to another episode of our program Fi Zilaalil Qur'an, in the light of the Qur'an, under the shade of the Qur'an. And on today's episode, we'll be discussing about example of successful and failed persons in the history of Islam in the Qur'an. Examples of successful and failed person. Let me start from the one who failed in the Qur'an. We have somebody we call Fir'aun, La'natullah alayhi. He was a failure, and he is still a failure, and he will be a failure in the hereafter. Why? There are so many lessons to learn from his life. In the Quran, Allah told us about Fir'aun. Look at what Allah says. Allah told Musa, اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. Go to Fir'aun because he has transgressed. He now warned him. He told him, فقل هل لك إلى أن تزكى. Speak to him with humility. Speak to him mildly. Tell him that will you not accept to be purified? Will you not accept to believe in Allah? Will you not accept to worship in Allah? وَأَهْدِيَكَ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَتَخْشَى. So that Allah can guide you, Allah can purify you. But where are we going is the response of Fir'aun. You know what Fir'aun says? Fir'aun says, فَرَاهُ الْآيَةَ الْكُبْرَى. When Musa showed him all of the signs of Allah, the miracles of Allah, فَكَذَّبَ وَعَصَى. He denied it. He turned his back. ثُمَّ أَدْبَرَ يَسْعَى. What did he now say? فَحَشَرَ فَنَادَى فَقَالَ أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى. He says that I am your Lord most exalted. That's the greatest sin that Fir'aun committed. He called himself Allah. You know, he had killed thousands of people, thousands of innocent souls. Okay? Allah still believed he can be better. Allah sent Musa to him afterwards. Yet, what did he do? He called himself the Lord, the most exalted. And because of this pride, Allah destroyed him. The same pride that Iblis, La'natullah alayhi, had when Allah told them to prostrate for Adam, but Iblis failed to prostrate. Iblis did not prostrate for Adam. He says, أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْ. I'm better than him. خَلَقْتَنِي مِنْ نَارٍ وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِنْ طِينٍ. You created me from fire, but you created Adam from what? From ordinary clay. I'm greater than him. And because of that, he did not prostrate for Adam. And as a result of this, Allah destroyed him. Allah caused him. Allah called him Rajim. Allah caused him the accursed. And because of that, Allah sent him away from paradise. Let us learn from these people that have failed in the past. They failed because they were not humble. They failed because they were not submissive. They failed because they did not obey Allah. Now, just one example of one of the successful ones in the history. I would like to look at the example of a man that we can call a hero in the history of Islam. His name is Sulaiman. Sulaiman is very successful. We love material success so much. Sulaiman is successful spiritually, materially, and morally. Allah blessed Sulaiman so well that, you know, when Allah gave him the knowledge, Allah gave him the wisdom, he and his father, Sulaiman said, قالوا الحمد لله الذي فضلنا على كثير من عباده المؤمنين. This you can find in Surah An-Naml, verse 16. When Allah blessed Sulaiman with hikmah, with ilm, with knowledge, with wisdom, he attributed it to Allah. He gave thanks to Allah. He didn't believe just in his own effort. He didn't believe that it was as a result of his own power or might. Another lesson to learn from Sulaiman is that Allah gave him the ability to talk to animals, to talk to the genes, to control them. He asked them as the soldiers. So one day, Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, he was going and was passing by some ants, some insects. And this insect, because he could understand their language, they complained. The mother insect said, "Oh, my children, let us leave the road. Let us leave the road, so that Sulaiman and the soldiers will not step on us." What did Sulaiman say? This is where we're going to stop today. What did Sulaiman say? Sulaiman said in Surah An-Naml, verse 19, فَتَبَسَّمَ ضَاحِكًا. Sulaiman smiled مِنْ قَوْلِهَا, as a result of the statements of the mother ant that he heard. What did he now do? وَقَالَ رَبِّ أَوْزِعْنِي أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي. He says, "Oh my Lord, أوزعني, grant me the ability to appreciate you. Subhanallah. Look at it. He saw people that he needs to help. He saw insects that he needed not to step on them. He said, I will not step on them. But oh Allah, grant me the ability to appreciate you. That's humility. أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي. The privileges you have given to me and the one you have given to my parents, you have given to my household. وأن أعمل صالحا. Oh Allah, enable me to do what is good. ترضى, so that you'll be pleased with me. وادخلني في عبادك الصالحين. And grant me to be among your righteous servants on the day of judgment. These were the statements of Sulaiman. You can imagine Allah granted him position, but he was humble with his position. Let us learn from these different examples. And the major lesson we want us to pick from this set of people is that you have to be humble for you to be successful. You have to be prayerful for you to be successful. You have to be obedient to Allah for you to be successful. You have to make genuine effort for you to be successful. May Allah grant us better understanding of all that we have said. Thanks so much for listening. Jazakumullahu khairan kathira wa shukran jazila.